I'm going to show you another live look outside in Colorado Springs. The snow's let up, but the roads are icy right now.
Yeah, that means your morning commute could be a little dicey. Storm Tracker 13's Jason Laird has what's in store for tomorrow morning. Hey, Jason.
Hey, well, weather's not really going to be so much of the concern tomorrow, but the remnants of today's storm definitely are. We're still looking at snow-packed roadways and quite a bit of ice out there. Start things off into Pueblo right now. Not a bad evening out there. A little chilly, 13 degrees, but you can kind of see the shine on the roads. That's even in Pueblo, where they saw a little bit of moisture, likely going to see some icy conditions there. And Penrose really kind of paints the picture for us again along the highway there. Highway 115, again, kind of shiny, especially if you're trying to pass. I wouldn't recommend that unless you really need to. That's where things could get a little bit dicey tomorrow. As we check out the sky scan, this was the big bad boy that drug all that moisture into our region. That area of low pressure hooked onto that South Pacific moisture, pulled it up into the state, but as you notice, it's pretty much to our north right now. We shouldn't see any more flurries move through the area tonight. We're looking at relatively clear conditions for the east, but again, little bit of snow up to our north there, right through the Denver region. So again, Monument area, right through the Palmer Divide, likely going to see some fresh powder in the morning. So that morning commute, if you're heading to Denver or Denver to the Springs, plan some extra time tomorrow. Like I said, it's not going to be so much weather tomorrow morning. It's going to be the remnants of what we saw today. As for the skycast, here's how things are going to play out. So relatively cloudy conditions tonight, but as you notice, the flurries are going to pretty much diminish as the evening progresses. Bright and early Friday morning for your commute. We're looking at sunny skies, but don't let that fool you. The roads are still going to be a little dicey out there, so plan some extra time. As the day progresses, we're going to pretty much stick with that sunshine all day long. Nothing really too exciting is going to move through tomorrow, so it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous one. Temperatures are finally going to warm above freezing, but as those temperatures warm above freezing, all that snow is going to start to melt, and just in time for Saturday evening into Friday evening, that's when it's going to all freeze up again on us, and we're going to see some icy conditions there. As for Saturday morning, we're going to start to see some heavier clouds build in, especially to our north and west as the day progresses. Right about 4, that's when we're going to start to see some bands out of this next system that's moving in off of the North Pacific. Likely not going to be quite as heavy a snow producer as this last storm we just had move through, but still going to see some flurries as Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening moves through. Again, you'll notice the sky scan painting in a few little patches right through the Palmer Divide region. So do keep that in mind for Sunday morning if you're heading out to church or breakfast, anything like that. As for highs tomorrow, again, jumping just above that freezing degree mark pretty much all across the board. 33 into the Springs. A little chilly, though, up into the mountains. Still staying tight to those single digits, but high 20s and 30s around eastern Colorado. 35 into Canyon City. 36 into Pueblo again, and a few mid-30s as we move down into Walsenburg. So it's going to be a fairly comfortable one tomorrow compared to all that cold that we've had settled over top of the area. As for the 7-day forecast, again, 30 degrees, or 33, I should say, here into the Springs. Then that system starts to move through Saturday afternoon. Not a heavy snowmaker, but going to cool those temperatures off for overnight lows a little bit into that 18-degree mark there. But as the week progresses, we're not looking at bad temperatures, looking at the mid-40s, and again, teens for overnight lows. So as that snow starts to melt, just keep that in mind with overnight lows below freezing. Just because it's melting during the day, we're still going to see slippery conditions pretty much all week long. Into Pueblo, again, the mid-40s once these next little systems move out of the area. Canyon City, going to be 35 on Friday, then 40 on Saturday. But again, afternoon flurries moving through the area, clearing out relatively quickly, though, making way for that famous Colorado sunshine for the rest of the week. Into Teller County, a little bit better coverage on these storms, likely going to see a little bit heavier accumulation into the mountains, but still not a bad week to follow, pretty much above freezing Monday through next Friday. So yeah, not a bad forecast. Again, just got to get rid of this last little weather system we had and then the one on Saturday.
All right. Hey, thanks so much, Jason.